guys, welcome to Planning with Crystal. So I'm here with another monthly empties and favourites. I haven't got that many empties this month, but I've got so many favourites. We're going to be here a while. So I've got beauty favourites, I've got a book to show you, a fragrance to show you, some lighting to show you, a water bottle to show you. There are lots and lots of things I have been loving in the month of December. Let's get into it. So I'm going to make a start with my empties this month. There's only 2 of them. If you've been following my channel recently, you'll know I have been doing monthly brand reviews. It started off in December. I'll have the January one coming up at the end of January, beginning of February. And every month throughout 2022, I'll be trying a brand and I will just be using their skincare for the month. And I will also put together a routine, which I will show you. And I'll use it over the month and then I'll show you before and after pictures and come back and talk to you about it and things like that. So because of that, there isn't much in the way of skincare because of course I've only been using the specific brand's skincare. I didn't really want to mention kind of favourites from that in this because you'll see that when you watch the brand reviews. So on to my empties. So first of all, I've got this. This is from Biossance. It is their lip balm, more specifically the Squalane and Rose Vegan lip balm. So it comes in a little pot. They've actually kind of formulated it now and put it in different packaging, which I think is more like a tube. It was just like a lightweight clear lip balm. It was nice enough. It didn't really have much in the way of a scent to it. It was clear, it was okay as a lip balm, didn't blow me away, and I don't think I would repurchase it, especially because since this ran out and I looked at the reviews of it, people have said that the new packaging and the new formulation isn't quite as good. So yeah, kind of glad I haven't gone on to repurchase it, but it's okay, just not something I would probably go crazy about. There are better lip balms I've used. Next up for my empties was a little empty from Sunday Riley, and it's the Ice Moisturiser. Still a teeny tiny bit left. So I used this mostly in November going into December. The brand that I reviewed in December was Nip and Fab, and I was only given a moisturiser that I could use during the day because that had SPF and I wouldn't use it at night. So I was using this at night, so I finished it up. But this is like a nice kind of medium to thick texture. It's particularly good if your skin needs a little bit of moisture, but it also seems to play well if you've got oily combo skin. It doesn't like break you out or anything. So it is a nice moisturiser. Not quite a favourite, but really good, and one I probably would repurchase when I need like this kind of moisturiser again. Then for favourites, so this should actually have been in my November favourites, but I completely forgot about it on the day I was filming, left it in my bathroom and never talked to you about it, so I'm going to tell you about it now. But technically it's a November favourite, and it's by Malin and Goats, and this is the Detox Face Mask. Now this I actually got a sample of in a previous Space NK order, and I get lots and lots of samples. I place lots of beauty orders, so I get little samples of things, and usually there isn't enough product for you to sort of go wow on it and want to repurchase it. But I used this mask, and literally the first time I used it I was like, I'm gonna be repurchasing this, and then I did order the full size. So there's just something about this. It's called the Detox Face Mask, but it's actually intended to be used more like a cleanser. So it comes in this pump style bottle, or you can buy some like little sachets. I think it's £12 for 5 or 6 of the sachets if you just want to kind of give it a try. But what I love about this is the kind of formulation and texture of it, because it's a little bit magic. When you first pump out the product, it's got this kind of gel texture. So you then sort of massage it into the skin and you leave it on the skin for 5 minutes. It's going to start doing something in a minute, and then I will show you what it looks like. So essentially, like I said, you can use it kind of like a cleanser. So you put it on dry skin, and I've tried this with and without makeup, and it actually does remove makeup, which I wasn't really expecting it to do, because it's more about kind of cleansing the pores than it is actually removing makeup, but it does remove makeup too if you've tried it. So what you do is you apply it to the skin. Hopefully you can see it's now kind of foaming up, and it continues to foam up over that 5-minute period. I love the feeling of, it's not foam like a standard foam cleanser that strips the skin, because this definitely doesn't strip the skin. This is more of a nice kind of light, sort of not tingly, but almost like a bubbling feeling on your face. So it's a really nice one just to apply, lie down for 5 minutes and just enjoy that feeling of kind of oxygenation on the face. It's really, really lovely. Like I said, it doesn't dry out the skin or anything. It's definitely one, I just love it. It's fabulous. and like I said, it's just foaming more and more, and then in like 5 minutes time it will reach its peak foamness, and then I usually just take it off with a damp cloth, and it just leaves your skin feeling really kind of soft. It adds a little bit of glow, and like I said, doesn't strip the skin. So it's just a brilliant cleanser. Really like it. I've never really heard this brand or this product spoke about before, but it is one of those products that I just used and I was like, oh wow, really like this. And I think this is one that I will be keeping as like a staple in my routine. I think it might even hit the video I'm doing for best beauty products of 2021, or best beauty discoveries, or whatever I'm going to call it, because this is fab. But you can like literally just remove it like this, and yeah, it just adds a little bit of luminous to the skin, and it's just an amazing product. Absolutely love it. Then other kind of favourites and things I've been enjoying, there's an SPF that I've been using that I've really liked. It's from the Ultraviolet range. It's a mini because I've been trying a lot of the minis out as well, and this is probably my current favourite. So this one is the Supreme Scream Hydrating SPF 50+, and it just has like a twist sort of style packaging, which it isn't the best, to be honest, because you can kind of get a little bit more products coming out. It's messy, so it isn't the best, but I think the packaging, that's just for the minis. But I just like it because it is so kind of hydrating, so it gives a little boost to the skin, whereas some SPFs can feel like they're drying out your skin. But it sinks in really nicely. It has a bit of a light scent to it, a light holiday scent almost. It's just really nice, but it adds a little bit of glow to the skin. If you can see, I've not put it on this hand, but I have put it on this one on the left, and it really does just kind of catch the light. Makeup sits on it really well. I've got it on today, and then I've gone in with like foundation and things afterwards, and everything just sits really nicely, and it just gives that extra kind of luminous glow. Really nice, and I love the fact that they sell this in miniature, so you can try it out as a miniature instead of having to commit to a full size. I wish all brands would do that. So carrying on along skincare, but this one's actually body care. So this is by Espa. So I unboxed their advent calendar, really liked it. There's a lot of products in there I've been enjoying. This is one that stood out for me in December. It's the Invigorating Body Reviver, Uplifting Body Exfoliator to Refine, Smooth and Revive. Really nice. It's a scrub, but it's a really gentle scrub. It's almost got a bit of a liquidy texture. Well, it has got a bit of a liquidy texture. And then it's just got really kind of gentle scrubby bits in there, almost like a sugar scrub texture. But it just, what I love about it, it smells so kind of zesty, like lemon and lemongrass, and you put it on the skin and it actually has a little bit of a cooling effect. So you put it on your skin in the shower in the morning and your skin's just like, oh, that's really nice. So it feels more like a treatment and an experience than just a scrub, and the smell is just so uplifting, so awakening, so lovely. So yes, I have been loving this body product this month. So before I carry on with my beauty recommendations, I just wanted to give a big shout out to Newer. They have kindly allowed me to choose some lighting for my channel, and I really think it makes a difference. I've had a lot less issues with the kind of loss of focus and things that I've had before I had these lights. I'm quickly going to switch the lights off so you can see the difference they make. They are so bright and I really just love them. So that is what it looks like without the lights. You can still see me in this light because it's daylight. If it was nighttime, I would barely be there. But actually having these lights on, it just creates that overall brightness, and it just means that when I'm showing you products, it really kind of helps with the focus and things. And these, they're really quite good. Actually, I already had a product from this brand that I'd purchased myself, and that was the ring light that I showed in my YouTube setup video, and I'll link that here if you've not seen it. But I will link these lights underneath. I'll quickly show you what they look like and what they do. And yeah, if you're looking for lights, if you've got a channel or you take photos and you're looking for these lights and things, check these out because they are so awesome. They're also really adjustable height-wise, and you can also suspend them from rails and things instead of having them on poles like I've currently got. But yeah, just fab, and thank you so much guys for sending them out. Like I said, I'll link them underneath and I'll show you a close-up now. I've had to turn the lights off, otherwise you won't be able to see, because the glow is just so bright that you will not be able to actually see them. This is what the back looks like, so you can add on some batteries and use it without plugging it in, and it's got different options whether you're using a battery pack or you've got it plugged into the electric like me, and you can adjust things like the dimmer switch here and the warmth or the yellow. But as you can see, I've got them quite low because they are so powerful that if I have them any higher, they're too bright and you just cannot see me. So they are very powerful. You can also like tilt them, and they've got these like little shutters and things on them as well. They are absolutely fantastic. Okay, so let's carry on with kind of beauty. I'm going to go into like makeup in just a second, but I just wanted to show you this little lip mask. I actually got it as a sample with a recent fresh order. I adore their lip sugar scrub. It's the best lip scrub ever. Anyway, they sent me a sample of this, which is the Advanced Therapy Recovery Lip Masks. Now, Fresh do the most amazing lip balms anyway. They always have done. It's just something they do really well. And they brought this out fairly recently, I think in the last couple of months. It's just like a kind of, I don't even know how to describe it. It's thick, but not. It just, you don't need very much. This is a tiny 2ml size and I've used it for weeks and barely made a dent in it. But it's just one of those lip balms that you can put it on overnight and wake up with super soft lips. You can put it on during the day, have super soft lips. It's brilliant if you're going out in the cold or you're putting lipstick on top, and it's just been the best lip balm ever this month. So this is one I will definitely be repurchasing in a full size, and I really wanted to mention it to you because if you're looking for a moisturising lip balm or a lip treatment, this is just fantastic. As I said, I'll link everything underneath, so if there's anything you see in here that you want to pick up, everything will be linked underneath. The next thing I wanted to mention is this little eyeshadow stick. This is by Bobbi Brown. It's actually from their Christmas 2021 collection, but it is still available and it's actually on sale at the minute. And it's the Longwear Cream Shadow Stick Multi-Chrome. Now, I've got lots of their shadow sticks. I've used them for years. Formulation is fabulous, glides on like a dream. You can blend it with your finger or a brush depending on how you want to do it, and it just lasts all day. This is one, like I said, they brought out for Christmas time. I've got it on right now, and it's just like one of those super subtle shadows that you can put on for just a quick kind of day look. So I've not put much colour on my eyes. I'll put this on, and then I've got the colour and the main focus, I suppose, as being on my lips. But this is really wearable. When I first saw it, when they first brought it out, I thought this is just not for me. And then I saw one of the Bobbi Brown like beauty pros using it on their Instagram channel, and I was like, ooh, yes, that looks fantastic. So I got it and I love it. This is what it's like. So it almost looks like it's got no colour, and it's just an iridescence that you put on to the skin and the eyes, and it just works really by catching the light. So you could absolutely pair it with something else just to give it a little bit more luminosity to whatever colour you're wearing, or you can just have it on its own. Look how it catches the light. I love it. Really like that this month. I've also really been loving a mascara that I got in my Charlotte Tilbury advent calendar, and that's the unboxing for that if you've not seen it. So this is Legendary Lashes Volume 2. So I've spoken before about the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk mascara. That was my favourite mascara from them and one of my favourites this year really. However, I tried this and I was like, I think I just like this better. So I've got it on now and I just feel like, I don't know what it is, I don't know if it's the brush or the formulation or probably both, but it just seems to grab your lashes, pull them up, give them a real kind of bit of fluff. It doesn't like flake off and leave dark bits under the eyes, which is a big issue I have with a lot of mascaras. It just holds them up in place, but it comes off really well. Like some mascaras, I feel like they do a good job, but then when you're taking them off, they're taking your lashes with them. This doesn't do that. It's just a really good mascara and I really like it. This is what the brush looks like on this. So this is a travel size, so you can get it in this travel size, I think, to try it, but I would actually repurchase it in a full size because it's really nice. So it's like proper black is black. Just does a really good job of thickening and lengthening without clumping the lashes together. Just all around fabulous. Another Charlotte Tilbury product, and it's the lip product I'm wearing right now. I actually had someone ask me what this was in the last video I posted. Well, here it is. So this is actually one of their lip balms. I put on the screen what it's called. I know it's got a specific name. I've got a few of these, but this particular one that I'm wearing is Romance Kiss, and I think I got it in one of my mystery boxes. But I have also bought some independently, so I can't remember which were from the mystery boxes and which ones I actually bought. But anyway, it's Romance Kiss. So it is quite kind of sheer. If you just put like one swatch on, it's not quite enough. You kind of need a few, otherwise you can kind of see your lips through it. I also don't love the applicator. It's not well suited to the shape of my lips, certainly. A lot goes around the edge. Can you see there where it just kind of ends up around it? So it's a little bit messy, and I just find when I apply it, I really have to kind of go in with my finger or a brush and just put everything back in place, whereas I have a lot of other lip balms and lipsticks that are shaped better that kind of just go where I want them to without smudging over. So I don't love the shape and things of it, but I do like the colour and I love the feel of it. It looks kind of glossy and like a lipstick, but it's actually lip balm. Super comfortable. It also tends to kind of wear off gradually instead of just being colour, no colour. So you end up with not quite a stain, but a little bit of colour left on the lips. And I just think it looks really quite healthy because it's so kind of shiny and glossy, but it's so comfortable. It is just more like wearing a lip balm, but you've got all that kind of colour payoff. So yeah, really been liking this month. A couple more products to show you. So one thing I discovered in December and loved, I went to an online John Lewis fragrance choosing event and they sent out all these like samples of products to try, all different fragrances to try. You did have to pay for it, but then you had like the fee was redeemable against fragrance. Anyway, didn't need any fragrance, but I fell in love with this one so much that I did actually buy it. So it comes in a super cute little pouch like this. It came in a little kind of tube packaging as well. But the perfume actually came in this little bag, which I thought was super cute. So it's by a brand called Parlez-moi de Perfume, which is not a brand I'd ever heard of. It is expensive. I think it was 15% off as well when I got this. It was a little bit cheaper, but I think this 50ml bottle is about £90, so it's quite expensive. But it is a 50ml bottle, so it's not quite full size, is it? But it's a decent size. I guess I consider full size for like 100ml. But anyway, so it's called Mile High 38, as in the Mile High Club, I guess. It's got a kind of hard plastic lid, glass bottle, little silver spritz. Doesn't look like I've used much, but it's one of those I can spray it once and it lasts all day. Now, the scent of this, I've just fallen in love with it. It smells like the most incredible tropical island, but like almost like a pina colada sort of scent. So it's got like coconut, pineapple, it's so zesty. It just puts me in such a good mood every time I wear it, and I just love the scent. Every time I smell it, I'm like, oh, love it. And I've had other people smell it who have been like, I'm not really quite sure about that. I love it. It's just, I've fallen in love with it. So this is definitely my favourite fragrance at the moment. Absolutely love it. Really like it. So it's just, it's just such an uplifting scent. Really like it. Couple more to show you. So I have been trying out a new water bottle this month. This one's called Hydrate Mate. So they contacted me and asked me if I wanted to try one of their water bottles. So they let me pick the one I wanted. I went for this, which has got like an ombre pink effect, but they come in all kinds of different designs and colours. It even came with a little kind of bookmark that allows you to check the colour of your pee, if you're into that, to find out how hydrated or dehydrated you might be, which was a fun family activity. We all chatted around. But the bottle itself is actually really good. I do have a discount code as well, which will get you 10% off anything on their website, and I'll link everything down below. So what I really like about this bottle, it's one of those where it has got all of the different kind of times throughout the day. So it's encouraging you to drink to different levels, and apparently I need it breaking down like this because I've always been pretty good at carrying a water bottle with me, just not always great at keep picking it up and drinking from it, especially if I'm like in the office and people are making hot drinks. I just end up leaving it on my desk all day sometimes. So this has got a bit more of an incentive to it, where it's like giving you little encouraging messages throughout the day. Remember to drink, that's it, keep going, nearly there, good job, refill. So the idea is you drink the whole bottle, and then at 12, when you finish the bottle, you refill it, drink it down till 6, you've had all the water that you need for the day. And one thing I've noticed already about drinking more water, and this has definitely had me drinking that little bit more water, is I feel a lot more awake. I've got a lot more energy, and just I feel a lot more with it and switched on and ready to rock, more so than I do when I don't drink as much water, if you know what I mean. So it's got a little kind of handle on it. It's also got this that you can hold on to it with. It'd be great if you are going to the gym or something. Now I've chosen the one that has got like a straw built in to the cap. So you just literally pull it down like this, drink out of it like this, fold it back when you are not using it so it's not like leaking or anything. Now they do have one that doesn't have the straw where you kind of tip it back, so if you prefer drinking like that, they do have that as an option. It's got like a rubberized grip on here. It's just really well thought out. So it can be hand washed or dishwasher washed, and you can take the lid off. Everything can come apart to be washed individually, including the straw, so it keeps everything super clean. It even came with like a little brush to clean in the mouthpiece. So they've kind of thought of everything with this. And yeah, it's just made a real difference to how I've felt a lot more awake and with it this month. So yes, been really liking that this month. last but not least, I have really enjoyed this book. The last couple of months of my monthly favourites, I've been talking about Bird and Blend tea because I've become obsessed with their tea, and I went to one of their tea blending workshops, I think it's called, and as part of that they were teaching you all about kind of the history of tea, how tea is produced, and they actually referenced this book, which is written by the founder, Christy Smith, the founder of Bird and Blend. And in the workshop they were actually showing pictures and things from inside this book. So there's pictures of how they dry tea leaves, how they pick tea leaves, and things from like over the years, and it was just really interesting, and I just found myself kept going back to this book and having a look at it and thinking, oh, I wouldn't mind reading this in more detail. So if you really want to know about tea making and you want to learn everything you could possibly learn about tea, you'll probably enjoy this book. I really like it. It's like a coffee table type book, isn't it? It's quite a thick hardbacked book, but it's just one of those books I like to have out, and every now and again I pick it up and just read a little bit more and read a little bit more, and I just find I get a bit more enjoyment out of drinking the tea, learning a little bit about the different regions, where it's from, why they do what they do to those different types of teas, and yeah, it's just something I've really enjoyed, so I wanted to mention that as my kind of book recommendation this month. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Let me know in the comments, are any of these your favourites or any of them that you are kind of dying to try? Like I said, I will be putting up a video of my favourite beauty and kind of other discoveries in 2021. Let me know if there's anything or any category you're particularly interested in seeing in that video. And I'd love it if you give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm producing. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to be notified when my next video goes live. And like I said, I'll link everything underneath along with discount codes and things if you do want to purchase anything I've talked about. Some of the links are affiliate links, which means it doesn't cost you any extras to purchase, but I may get a small commission if you shop using any of my links, which obviously helps to support the channel and makes my day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys!